What's good? What's good? This your boy DJ Creed. Back with another video. Oh man, this gonna be a hard one for me, y'all. I love Godfrey, man. Godfrey is a dope comedian, and he always means well when he does stuff. But did he make a mistake by bringing Crazy Legs on here to talk about the Puerto Rican influence of hip hop? I think so. You know what I'm saying? We're going to watch some of the video. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. Y'all, I implore y'all, man, make sure y'all check out the Godfrey podcast. It's still a good podcast, but I do have some issues, and I'm going to lay it all out. You know, we're going to watch some of it. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. I don't have clips. We just going to go through it, and I just state some of the stuff because I think ever since, you know, people been saying that Black Americans created hip hop, and this is true. So I'm gonna let y'all know where I stand. Black American and Black American culture is hip hop. Okay, that doesn't mean that these other cultures didn't exist before that. They did, but the people who created hip hop were either Black Americans 100%, or you know, you could have a mom or dad from Jamaica, but you're still a Black person in America. And once you identify with Black American culture and use Black American culture, you're a Black American. So that's the way I feel about it. So it is 100% Black American culture. Now, did hip hop include and have influence from other cultures as time went on, as time progressed? Absolutely. But the core foundation of it is a Black American thing. Once again, even if your mom and dad are Puerto Rican and you identify as Black, it's a Black culture thing, Black hip hop. I want y'all to understand that because it hasn't been explained like that. And I think this is the reason why Puerto Rican people are in their feelings, or Hispanic people or Latinos and everything have been in their feelings about the Black culture aspect of it, because it's Black culture, period, point blank, no questions asked. You know what I'm saying? Most of, when you come down here, you have brown skin. Most Latinos don't identify with being Black or having Black culture, but the ones who've been here for a minute and the ones who live their life through Black culture identify. So I think that distinction is very much critical in these. I'm sorry to talk so long. I'm sorry to talk so long in the process in the beginning, but we'll go to it. I think this is a mistake though. Y'all check this out.
Is Helium in Alpharetta in Atlanta. I'm looking forward to coming to Atlanta February 21st to the 23rd. You know what I'm saying? But we got a special guest in this bitch. And I had him waiting, man. My bad.
It's all good. I was here early.
Oh, you were here early?
I don't do hip-hop time.
All right. First mistake. Y'all heard what he said, right? This is a Puerto Rican guy who claims, you know, being a part of the early fabric of hip-hop. And he was. He says, I don't do hip-hop time. Not looking good. Right then and there, I think Godfrey was giving him some leeway. Godfrey should have checked him. Because usually Godfrey's good on checking people when they say, wait, what you mean? What you say? He's really good. I think Godfrey was just being nice. But this is a mistake. This is a really, because Godfrey probably respected him and wanted, you know, things to go a certain way. But this is a mistake, you know. And shout out to all my Puerto Rican. I speak Spanish. I have, you know, half Latino children. So just let y'all know that I'm not here to be a racist person or anything like that. But this is a mistake. First mistake.
That's my thing. Because this man, I don't know. I could say so much stuff about you, man. You're a legend in hip hop, in dance. You know, just the culture of hip hop, the culture of Latinos and African Americans and Caribbeans, all the whole. He's a legend and been around for, you know, you've
77.
God damn, you've influenced us just in style and just all that shit. And me being in Chicago, I knew about you in Chicago. We used to be like, that Crazy Legs, the shit. You know, New York City Break is the whole shit. So
I don't know if I told you, but when the first tour I went on in '81, we went to Chicago.
you went to Chicago, and you guys came to Chicago, and you were at the Aragon Ballroom.
Okay, this
Is that what it was?
It might be because it was down the street.
Yeah.
Let me try to
Why
find it.
can you not be a flat earther and be flat? Could you explain that?
They're talking about
You're
Lil
talking
Jamar.
about, first of all, the word circumference is used so much. So, right there, man. You can't even use the word circumference if the world is flat.
That's so true. That's so true, man. So is it 5% of Noble Drew Ali? Is it him?
He knows better.
No, that was in like '82. I was a 5%er.
Yeah.
He
My
was even a
righteous name was
5%er.
Divine Understanding of Justice Allah. And that was just, I actually got into 5%ers because I wasn't caught up in a lot of shit back then.
Yeah.
A lot of fighting, and I hung around wild people, so I thought knowledge of self was going to be a good thing for me.
Yeah.
But when I got down with the 5%ers, they were like, yo, we got to do a universal to somebody. What? Damn, man, I'm trying to get away from all of that. They want to go do beat downs on people. I'm like, oh, man, this might, it was after a while, but, the people I was rolling up with in the Bronx, they weren't really, I was whatever at the time. and we had a little budget to do something at the Circle Theater in the
He was wrapping his hands like, yo, dog. What's up, son?
It ain't new for me.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. And, the thing is, look, I had put it out there. This is what happens, just so everyone's clear on it.
Here it is.
He was running off his mouth, dragging me into this whole 50-50 conversation that I had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
And son was a member of Zulu Nation, but when I met him, we lived on the same block, and my brother used to dance with him. This is like '76. And they were part of a crew called the Organization.
Okay.
What did the organization become? Zulu Nation.
That's crazy.
So when they're talking about Latinos weren't there, it's like, dude, if you think I've been in the mix for a long time, I saw people before me. What they were doing wasn't the greatest shit in the world because it was
broke.
It was remedial.
Broke. It was
but
raw.
It was remedial.
It was raw.
The dancing was remedial.
Yes.
And so we have to look at it as I would never say that I am the first B-boy, but I don't consider myself a second generation B-boy because I think also a lot of people are messing around with like the definition of generation.
Okay.
Everyone treats hip hop like it's an iPhone. Oh, 77, that's a different generation. I came out in 78. Like,
nah, it all comes like
there are people.
That is a good point. That is a good point. When you're coming up and they're saying 77, 78, 70, like it's all in the same, all that's in the same generation. So that is a good point. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to continue though.
People who will not give themselves a pat on the back because someone started dancing 6 months before them. But meanwhile, both of them probably danced for a year and a half.
Gotcha. Right.
It's like, but again, no one's taking into consideration, everyone was kids. No one was writing in diaries or contemporaneous notes from a jam or anything like that. And people, I think, need to give each other some grace. And remember, he's not a historian, and he's remembering what he grew up with as a kid.
All right, this is where I start to really like disagree with what he's saying. When you're a kid, you know who's black, who's white, who's Mexican, who's Puerto Rican, who's this, who's that. And usually back then, you were, and even now, you're proud to be where you're from. You're proud to be who you are. So you have an idea who's around, and usually the same type of people hang around the same type of people. I know New York is a melting pot, but it was still the same. Black people hang with black people, Puerto Ricans hang with Puerto Ricans. It just is what it is, and you get the crossover, like during sports and activities, and even living in the same building, you get crossover. So. But who is who. Very young. You know what I'm saying? All right, here we go.
Yeah.
and focus on what we got in common and recognize who the fuck is your ally. You know, to me, I'm your ally. You know, I see you the same way.
And don't get me wrong, I'm in Chicago, so I'm looking from a distance.
I know what that's like over there too. But yeah, I get it.
I'm like, I don't think they're saying Puerto Ricans didn't have anything to do with it. That's false.
It's about percentages.
But they're saying who started it, like origin, black.
But I think you also have to look like there's a period. I would like to know historically what year did Puerto Ricans come to New York?
Like, that's easy. So Tex Hollywood was Disco King Mario's partner. Tex Hollywood's Puerto Rican. That's Cool Hertz Pierce.
Right.
Okay.
And they're recognized as some of the first DJs as well. And it's not like somebody created hip hop in a day.
No, not at all.
You know,
but hip hop. You have to look at hip hop in the context of Gil Scott Heron. You have to, even in the 1935s, you have. So I think you got to look.
Felipe Luciano was
okay, and this goes back to the culture thing. Were these Puerto Rican guys living their life as a Puerto Rican, or a half black, half Puerto Rican, or were they living their lives as a black person enveloped in black culture, just had a Puerto Rican roots? I think this is the big issue with all this. It was, again, black people created hip hop, just period, point blank, because it's a black culture thing down to the core, you know. But that doesn't mean that we didn't have people from different backgrounds, not even supporting. We didn't have people from different backgrounds as it was growing, you know what I'm saying, contributing or doing things to it. And that's where I disagree. Because if it was specifically a group of people that had their piece of hip hop, it would be known. We would have had more Spanish speaking Latino rappers in the beginning, and we just didn't. You know, most of the Latinos were dancing and things like that, like Crazy Legs and everything like that. Not saying that there weren't Puerto Rican rappers, there absolutely were, but the culture identity of what hip hop was black. It was black. Again, not taking away from no Latino, and a lot of Latinos, especially Puerto Ricans, they're black descendants. So don't be mad at me. I just know, because I understand the essence of what hip hop is and how it derived and where it derived from. You know what I'm saying? And you have to live, sometimes to even understand that, you have to live a black life. You had saw the evolution of music at the time. You know, I'm a little younger. I'm not older. I'm not as old as Crazy Legs and all that. But the roots of hip hop were embedded a long time ago, and it was just rolling. It's just evolving. And as technology got better, then hip hop became a thing. You know what I'm saying? But not to take nothing away from anybody that contributed, from the DJs to the different cultures, because we take influence from everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the essence of black culture is black. Just I'm putting it out there, and I stand on it.
Down with the last poets. He's Puerto Rican.
Well, look at the bebop. Look at old bebop with Dizzy.
Bro, look at Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah.
Sly and the Family Stone was started by the white dude in the group.
Yeah.
Right. We're talking about hip hop.
So hip hop, and I say that because hip hop sampled from Parliament Funkadelic, Sly and the Family Stone,
no
all
doubt,
that other stuff. You know.
Well, what's the first? Was it which was good times with Niles Rodgers?
Yep.
That was.
All right. Let me stop right here, because I like this stuff be giving me a headache. Hip hop is not just rap. So even when you say they sampled, hip hop is not just rap. Hip hop involves a lot more to it, and even the way we talk about subjects and stuff like that. Hip hop is just not rap, dog. Like I hate dog. It should be no question about where hip hop came from.
Hold on, that was Sugar Hill. Is that the first Wait, was that the first?
So here's
the first record I remember buying.
I am.
That wasn't even.
No, but
that was never a term either.
No, right. I never, because
well, it's trademarked as a business, just so you know.
Well, I just
looked
never,
up the trademark.
I always thought everybody was black. I mean, I knew I was Nigerian, but I got called the N-word in Chicago. I just thought police fucked with us because they saw black. But I think it's more. This is what I'm thinking, that Tariq Nasheed is just trying to claim. We need to claim our stake as far as just being treated like shit by. Okay,
facts.
Everybody goes through oppression, Latinos, but then you got Latinos that turn around and hate black people. So the guys,
you got black people that hate black people.
I know that.
See,
but you didn't have black people who hate.
See it's a mistake. It's a mistake. That should have been checked. That should have been checked harder. And I think this is why some people have an issue with this episode. I've seen a lot of people, a lot of backlash, and rightfully so. Cause dude, he's talking like, "Oh yeah, I started getting up. You know, I'm an ally there," and you talking like this. Like, much respect to Crazy Lad, but this ain't what this is. Nah, bro, we ain't having that. All right, let's continue.
Puerto Ricans, though.
Right?
Like,
Yeah,
that wasn't.
people never hated
so what
Puerto
I'm
Ricans.
saying, and that's I think the rub is that black people who were at the bottom of the totem pole, right, when it came to everything, welcomed everybody.
We always
welcomed the Caribbean,
Everybody.
and the difference was that
we welcomed you first when you escaped in Puerto Rico.
Right? But I wish them motherfuckers would have known
All
that.
right. See, mistake. That wasn't even funny, yo. Well, we welcome you first. What do you mean we? Wait, you ain't a descendant of blacks? What, you consider yourself a white Puerto Rican, or are you a Taino? That they don't even exist no more. You have the blood of the native of there, but a Taino, period, it doesn't exist. Or Arawak or whatever you want to, whichever native you claim that live there, they don't exist no more. Again, bad mistake. They should have erased some of this stuff, man. Crazy. Here we go.
But they would have known that. But they would have known it. They wouldn't be acting the fuck up.
Exactly.
And it's also a situation where because of things are so divided, people want to be as close. They want to clear the white gaze. So there's a movement to validate yourself based on the white gaze, which is the problem in it, because there is no difference. Like you said, we got arrested together, we got picked up, we got abused together. It was all the same shit. The problem happened, as I'm thinking about, I'm 58. So even in my own life, I don't remember this separation until the internet. Like it wasn't even something we really talked about.
I spoke to the original DJ Clark Kent, who was down with Cool
Who just passed away.
Clark's my friend.
No. That's
the original one. You're talking
Oh,
about
the original.
The original.
Okay.
And I just to get an idea of what he thought, and most, Melly Mel, a bunch of people, I went to them and said, yo,
what do you think?
What do you think about us? And all of them said, yo, we never discussed any of that shit.
Yeah.
And I also threw this panel discussion in 2023, and I had Graham X of DST on there, and there was a brother named Spy on there. Spy, dark-skinned Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
He's a dude that was my hero. You look at him, you wouldn't know he's Puerto Rican.
Right.
So DST starts talking about who he recognizes as the original B-boys. Sasa, Trixie, Beaver. And then he goes, yeah, and I heard about this dude named Spider. I never saw him, but...
All right. Yeah. We're going to stop it right here. But, and not to make this video even longer, man. It's a lot of ways you could take a lot of this. But I think dividing it by race, Puerto Rican is not a race, it's a nationality. So let's just, let's not even do this. But I think it's a mistake putting Crazy Legs on without editing this video. I think it need to be edited because some of the stuff he says is insensitive and crazy. But, you know, for the most part, I think, you know, people are getting confused. Hip hop is black culture. It is. No way around. That's like saying black people invented salsa. No, black culture did not invent salsa. Now, were there black people who dance salsa and all the other? Yes, there were Spanish speaking dark skinned people, but it wasn't black culture. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a black American culture. I think that's the difference. We had to make that difference. But it's black people everywhere has started something. I'm just gonna be real, and it's been tweaked and turned into something else. Often we forget about the roots of Africa too. So that's just my opinion on it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I think, man, I love Godfrey, but woo, man, this was a tough episode to watch without him at least pushing back on some of the stuff that Crazy Legs was saying and doing. Yeah, I advise y'all to watch it. It's not a super bad watch, but I just All right, peace.